All right, volume is the amount of space there is in a figure. And to find volume, you just take the area of the base times the height. So, volume is basically, okay, let's say we have this bottom hexagon thing, okay? If you take this hexagon thing and just keep stacking it up, you fill up this whole space, right? Well, when you fill up a whole space, the amount that you fill it with is the volume of it, okay? So if this was like a gallon container, okay, the gallon, the amount of stuff you can put in here is the volume, okay? So it's just like taking the bottom thing and just stacking that on top of each other till it's full, and then you get volume. A composite space figure is something that's like a box with a box on top of it, or like a water tower, because a water tower is made up of three parts. Okay, an old-fashioned water tower, that is. It's made up of a hemisphere at the bottom. Then they have a cylinder on top of that. And then they have a cone on top of that, like our old water tower, kind of by Lincoln School, is kind of like this, where it has a hemisphere, a cylinder, and a cone. That's a composite space figure. You find the volume of each of those, and you add them up to find the volume of the whole water tank. Look at that. All right. So, volume of this box, super easy to find. It's the area of the base times height. Well, what's their base? 72. Because the base, area of the base, is found by taking 12 times 6. And then you take that times the height. So it's 72 times 5, which is 360. Easy peasy lemon squeezy when it's a box. Okay? When something like this, not so easy peasy lemon squeezy, but not super hard. What's the base on this? Is the base this thing or is it this thing? It's the triangle. It is not the bottom, it's the triangle. Well, the area of the base, big B, is 1/2 the base times the height of the triangle. So big B is 1/2 of 4 times 6, which is 12, right? So the volume of this object is the area of the base, 12, times the height. What's the height? 12. Because it's the distance between the two bases. The distance between the two triangles is the height. No, you got to think. You make your brain think a little bit instead of flipping it up to make it easier for you. Okay? So the volume of that is 144. Now, it's Lent, so a lot of tuna eaters out there, right? Okay? Tuna eater, tuna eater, tuna eater. Any other tuna? Oh, tuna eater in the back, yeah. Okay. So a can of tuna. Okay. Well, the volume is the area of the base times height. Well, the area of the base, the area of a circle is pi r squared. So we just go pi r squared h. Pi r squared h. So it's pi, the radius is 3 squared times the height of 1. So this tuna can, 3 squared is 9 times 1 is 9. So it's 9 pi. Okay? All right. So volume, I think, is easier than surface area. Okay? Personally, I think volume is easier than surface area. Because you just take the area of the base. What's the area of base on this one? What's the area of the base? 7 times 5, which is 35, times 2 is 70. Boom, we're done. What's the area of the base of this one? 4 times 5, which is 20, times 6 is 120. Boom, we're done. See, that's easy. Now, this. Well, this is fairly easy because you have a base and a height here. Okay? So, The volume equals the area of the base times the height. Well, the area of the base is 1/2 of 4 times 4, because it's a right triangle. And if you know the base and the height of a right triangle, it's pretty easy. Times the height of the prism, well, that's the distance between the two bases, so that's 9. So 1/2 of 4 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8, 8 times 9 is 72. Okay, 45, 45, 90 triangle, which is a lot like what we just got done with a leg of 8. So if this is 8 and this is 8 and this is 3.9, it's basically the same as what we got done with right up here. Okay. The volume of this can, volume equals area of the base pi r squared times the height, which is pi times 8 squared times 6, which is 64 times 6, 386, 384 pi. And then they'll have you push the pi button on your calculator and take 384 times pi to get the next answer. When there's two answers, you'll have to do that. Okay. The diameter of a cylinder is 1 yard. The volume of the cylinder, or find the volume when the height is 8 yards. This is 8. The diameter is 1, so this is 0.5. Okay. So the volume equals pi r squared h. So it's pi, radius is 0.5 squared, height is 8. So it's 0.25 times 8 times pi, which is 2 pi. And then, so this is 6.28. Okay? So that's all not too hard. When you get a composite space figure like this, you cut it apart. I'm going to cut this one like, ooh, which way should I cut it? Maybe I'll cut it like this. Okay, so we have a top and a bottom. The bottom is 8 by 11 by 3. Well, that's 8 times 11 is 88 times 3 is 4. Carry the 2, 264. Then you have to find the volume of the top. Well, the top is 3 wide, 11 long, and 4 high. So it's 3 times 11 times 4, which is 33 times 4, which is 12. Carry the 1, 132. If you add those together, you get 396. Okay. Here, we're looking for the height. We just work backwards. Volume equals the area of the base times the height. Divide by 121. And again, here we work backwards. Volume equals pi r squared h. So 1080 pi equals pi r squared h. The pi's cancel. So 1080 equals 36 h, and divide by 36. Oh, that's not pi. That's supposed to be 36h. I don't know what that is. Something like 30?